Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're starting with a man who shows us exactly how not to handle a rattlesnake. And as always, I'm hoping to hear what you think about this in the comments. Let's dive in.
So we just get into South Texas. We're there to hook up with one of the best guides in Texas, Buck Medley. Buck had already told us about these huge alligators, these huge alligator gar, and also the very large western diamondback rattlesnakes that they've got there.
Well, Buck is definitely rocking an interesting look. I certainly couldn't pull it off. The problem is I'm not entirely sure he's pulling it off either.
I've never seen a western diamondback in the wild. I'm looking forward to finding one.
This snake was so lightning fast, it was so powerful that everything just went crazy.
Are we really going to blame the athleticism of the snake for what happened there?
As soon as I got bit, I knew the world caved in on me. It was like the worst nightmare. I felt the incredible amount of venom that it injected in me. I knew there was no shortcut around it. I was in for hell. And on the way to the hospital with Buck and Robin, Buck was driving 120 miles an hour to get me to the hospital. And the pain was, I could see the swelling just go like this by the second. And I'm like, if I don't get treated right away, I'm thinking, that snake put enough venom in me to kill me.
So what he did was he tried to grab a rattlesnake while it was coiled. And rattlesnakes sit like that for a reason. It's not just to get comfy. It's because it gives them an enormous amount of flexibility in their movement. Not anatomical flexibility, but flexibility in their options and distance for strikes. So they are in an easily defendable position. They have more kind of unpredictability than you do. And it is the wrong time to try and grab one. Not that there's a right time.
Back, a Polk County couple captured an image that is going viral on the internet tonight.
A gigantic rattlesnake slithering across the highway, and the couple estimates that snake close to 9 feet long.
Wow. News Channel 8's Anthony Allred attempts to answer that age-old question. Why did the rattlesnake cross the road?
Width-wise, I thought it could have eaten an entire horse, frankly. I mean, it was just huge.
The potentially horse-eating gigantic reptile Kathy caught on camera turned out to be what they think could have been a 9-foot diamondback rattlesnake.
Now, of course, I would never question the amateur estimates of the length of a rattlesnake, especially if it's backed up by the news, and neither would Spirit here, my pet ball python, who's going on for 10 feet long and 300 pounds. That was a female timber rattlesnake with her babies. Those were neonates, as we often call them. And you could see on their tails there was just a button. They don't actually have a rattle yet. And as they grow, they get more segments to the rattle and they become, you know, rattling rattlesnakes rather than just button rattlesnakes.
We just slammed on the brakes because there is this gorgeous black rat snake up here and I am going to get him off the road. Hi, buddy. Come on. You're gonna have to move. He is now off the road. He did not appreciate it, but this way he does not get hit.
She did a good deed there, and that's typical of black rat snakes. Sometimes you'll find one which will barely move and it will just act like it's half asleep. Other times they'll rear up, they'll do a threat display, they'll try and act like a rattlesnake and scare you off.
A cute one. No, Athena, you're not going to eat it. Leave it alone, Athena.
That was just a little fun video. He's gone into the woods, picked up a garter snake. Honestly, he's doing no harm to the snake whatsoever, and you can tell it's chilled out by the way it's flicking its tongue in a relaxed manner. Okay, this next one, apparently there is a rattlesnake. I couldn't see it at first, and lots of people are saying that they can't see it, so let me know if you spot it before the clip ends. So apparently that tiny little thing on top of the rock that he picked up was the baby rattlesnake, and I still can't make it out clearly from that footage, but he, you know, swears by it.
So I don't know about you folks, but I'm thinking I could probably handle this spider. Right? I mean, it's just one of the most toxic spiders in South America, but I mean, isn't that what I came here to do? to see just how aggressive these spiders can really be, how dangerous they might be if you were to encounter one in the wild? I think so. Shall we see? It's okay, girl. It's all right. No need to be afraid.
It's confused.
Seen it here first, folks. That is a wild wandering spider that I'm holding.
Definitely not for me. I get the point he's making. I see what he's trying to say, that their reputation, you know, they don't deserve all of it. The truth is that wandering spiders and many other spiders' bites occur when they have a crushing feeling. So if you put your hand on one, or it gets in your shoes, or it gets in your clothes. So even if they don't intend to bite you, if you live somewhere where they live, you have to exercise caution at all times.
So guys, देख सकते हैं ये इसका वेनम है, ये 0.3 सेकंड में बाइट करता है, ठीक है गाइस? लगा ये लगा
That was a Russell's Viper. Interesting to see how much they inject when they feel pressured. So you imagine if you stepped on one and you didn't have boots on, that would go into your foot or your leg. It's more than enough to kill you. Their venom causes something called consumption coagulopathy, whereby it causes clotting and thrombosis at the start, and then it uses up all your platelets and clotting factors, so it paradoxically afterwards creates massive bleeding. So you start bleeding from your gums and your internal organs and your mucous membranes, and it causes massive kidney damage.
One of the best parts of diving is you never know what you're going to come across. Now, I was diving in Thailand and I came across this massive black-banded sea krait, which is essentially just a fancy name for a sea snake. This guy is 5 foot long, which is pretty much as big as they get, and he has an entire giant moray eel in its mouth. I had read about sea snakes eating eels before, but to actually see this live was absolutely incredible. The venom of this snake is estimated to be 10 to 15 times stronger than that of a cobra. So no matter how tempting this might look, I wouldn't go sticking my moray eel anywhere near this snake.
So in case you're wondering, sea kraits are nocturnal, and that was quite fascinating to see, and they do feed on eels. That eel, I'm surprised it was still alive at that point, but obviously the venom did have an effect because that's a strong animal right there. Interestingly, years ago, for example, when I was a kid, we believed that sea kraits and sea snakes were the same subfamily of snakes. Now we know that sea snakes are in the Hydrophyinae, sea kraits are in the Laticordinae. But anyway, the Laticordinae or the sea kraits branched off separately from the Hydrophyinae, from the other elapids, and they are a case of convergent evolution from the same family of snakes at different times.
Whoa, careful. She's just something light for tonight. Little chill reticulated python.
All she really needs is one coil around your neck for like 20 seconds.
To 3 people to get this little guy out. Something light for tonight. Well, you guys, here we have it. The reticulated python, the catch of the night. Wasn't expecting this, wasn't even targeting this. We got extremely lucky to see a snake like this while we were spotting for Malayan kraits. Oh my god. Such an insane thing to get to witness. I don't even know what to say anymore, honestly.
A fascinating find, an awesome find, but I still don't really feel the need to grab snakes and strangle them when I see them. It's funny because we know that this is a big, powerful species, but restraining any snake by the neck can have costs, especially if you have to exert a lot of force on the trachea and the rings of cartilage therein.
Aren't you pretty?
The timber rattlesnake swimming, they will swim on occasion. They're a terrestrial species. Basically, terrestrial species can do whatever they want. They can hide underground, they can swim, they can climb. They might do a little bit of each or not much of each. This is an eastern brown snake hunting. That's interesting because you'd probably call them a cursorial hunter or a hunter that chases stuff. Cursorial comes from a word for running, I believe. You know, they don't have legs, but you know. And they are incredibly twitchy and fast. Those are fishing spiders, so completely harmless. They're a big species of spider that you find in the US. I think there's maybe 3 or 4 species, even more, I'm not sure, but they're just a cool looking animal. That was quite a big fella. That's the kind of place in Florida where I would get nervous at night sometimes by the water's edge when I've been herping there. Gators don't attack a lot of people, but it still makes you a little bit nervous when you know they're there. Basically, that was a two-toed amphiuma, which is a fully aquatic salamander eating a dead scorpion, and they have this eel-like or almost snake-like or almost ophidioform shape to them, and like snakes on land, this shape allows them to get through the mud between submerged vegetation, etc., so it serves a similar function for them. Pretty sure that was a children's python. I've had snakes like that in captivity as well, where after a while they just get a bit less wild, and if they're not really hungry, they don't really go for it. That would make you think you'd taken a wrong turn, wouldn't it? I think he knew how big he was, he wasn't going to back down. They might have had to wait there, you know, if they were scared of snakes, they might have had to just go the other way or wait for 15 minutes till he decides to leave.
Hey guys, I'm in the Florida Everglades and I just saved this highly venomous eastern diamondback rattlesnake from getting hit by a car. This danger noodle was absolutely gorgeous. She didn't even strike at me, and believe it or not, that's actually pretty normal. Alright, now time to find that 20-footer. This swamp puppy could easily reach me if he was brave enough. Not the 20-footer, but we got a python. Yoink. And then I immediately yoink the tail so I don't get pooed on. Not long after that we got another one. Yoink. It's important to remove these invasive pythons that harm the Everglades ecosystem. Mud snake. Yoink. Absolutely love seeing these aquatic native snakes. It's finally started raining here, so I'm starting to see more of them. Hey, Mr. Cottonmouth. Boop. Let's move you away from that busy road. Hey, don't posture up at me. Check out.
You saw Fishing Garrett, who has come under fire a lot recently with a lot of criticism, and the reason I've been very reluctant to criticize is because I like to only comment on what I see in the clips, not people's behavior outside of the content they create, because that's the basis for the channel. People send me stuff, I watch it, I say what I think. However, another reason I've been reluctant to criticize him is because he's removing those pythons, and I think it's a shame if that stops. But I don't know what'll happen, we'll find out. Anyway, that was the video. Thank you for sticking around. If you enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe. It all helps. Thank you.